Do you believe that sometimes you have to say no, even if it looks like it might be a good thing? Hi, I'm Bernice Hunt, and I am a brain health specialist. I work with women just like you who are starting to notice a few memory challenges, and I help you to stay sharp so that as you age, you can still travel, have fun with your grandkids, and experience new adventures without missing a beat. As a wellness coach for over 10 years, I've had to learn that I can't say yes to everything. Even if it's something that I would have looked forward to doing, I just can't say yes to everything. I'm only one person. I can't burn the candles on both ends. I can't run around, with my head cut off. I have to say no sometimes to things, In the end, it's a wise decision, and it's also sustainable for my life. So I've learned that. And you know what? Our bodies have biological clocks, and they help regulate our internal systems. And the main one that we have is called our circadian rhythm. And it has to do with that 24-hour cycle that we have going on, to where we wake up and we go to sleep and those things. And did you catch my last video? On my last video, I talked about indoor blue lights. You know how those are becoming, the thing. They're everywhere now, blue lighting. And I talked about that a little bit. So if you didn't catch it, go on to my Facebook page or to my YouTube channel. Keep your brain sharp, and you can catch that there. But today I wanted to stretch that out. I wanted to keep talking about the blue lights and about what we need to do to reduce the blue light that we're using at night. Okay, so nowadays, like I said, the indoor lighting is changing to blue light. That's becoming the source. You're using it for everything. It's on your fluorescent lights, and it's in your LD lighting systems. It's on your smart TV, on your smartphone, on computers, all those digital devices, cell phones, all that stuff has those blue light screens. And that's for good reason, because the blue lights can give you a lot more light and use a lot less power. So that's beneficial. And it also can benefit us during the day, because it keeps us more alert. It keeps us more alert. That blue light actually perks you up and keeps you more alert. And that's a good thing during the day, but at nighttime, that backfires. Because blue light is part of the sun's light. There's a spectrum of light rays, coming out of the sun, and blue light is one of them. And the largest source of our blue light is actually from the sun. But what happens is, at sunset, when the sun goes down, the blue light goes with it. And so we don't have any more blue light after sunset. And that's planned. God didn't do that by accident. That's a plan, because as your blue light decreases, your melatonin has a chance to increase, and you need that to prep you for a good night's sleep, to make it easier for you to go to sleep and to stay asleep and have your proper rest that your body needs. And so having that decrease and stop at sunset is a good thing. Now, I'm not telling you, to cut off your lights and walk around in the dark as soon as the sun sets, or to jump into bed as soon as the sun sets, because I know that none of those things are going to happen. So we're going to talk a little bit about what you can do. Okay, so one thing you need to do is that you need to change your light source when nighttime comes. And, a lot of us keep having those blue lights and the LED lights and things on, but you need to really think about switching. Go back to old school. Go back to your traditional light bulbs, the ones that we grew up on. It's called the incandescent lights, the old traditional ones, and use those at nighttime. In fact, the experts suggest that you dim them. You turn it down to about 40 watts at nighttime and use those kind of lighting systems. Or you can go with the new wave, and you can get like a salt lamp. I have 2 salt lamps in my bedroom. I love my salt lamps. I really do like it. It's relaxing, and it's a pretty glow to it, and it's a whole lot less, if any, blue light coming out of those. Okay, so those are 2 options you should do. But you know what? The very, very best thing for you is pretty simple. don't cost you any money, is to turn your screens off. Not all night long, just experts say like 1 to 3 hours before bedtime, before you actually get in the bed, turn your screens, anything that is emitting a blue light, off. So we'll just cut it in half and say 2 hours, make it easy. But from 1 to 3 is what they recommend. So we'll say 2 hours before you go to bed, turn it off. So yeah, what am I talking about turning off? Everything that is having blue light coming out of it. So that would be your cell phone, that would be your computer, that would be your smart TV, that would be your Kindle, that'll be any digital device you have. You're going to cut those things off. Just 2 hours before you go to bed. Now, I'm not saying get in the bed then, but cut them off. You know what? It's not as hard as it seems. Actually, you just have to tweak a few things, change a few things, find something to do during those 2 hours that does not require a screen. What could that be? Maybe instead of taking care of your chores earlier in the day, you can carve that 2 hour time to take care of your chores and wash your dishes, wash your clothes, fold up your clothes, mop your floors, sweep and do all polish, whatever the things that you're going to do, clean the bathroom, whatever things you're going to do as a chore, reserve that 2 hour time to take care of that. Or if you'd rather not do that at that time, you can always read. Now, can't read from a Kindle or anything that has a screen off your phone or anything. You have to go old school with that. Get a book, get a magazine, get a newspaper, something like that, where you're going to actually read for that time. That's good. Or how about this? How about talking to people? Not on a cell phone, but you could use a landline phone. You could call someone on your landline phone and talk to them. That's fine. But what about the other people in your house? Have some conversation with them. Yeah, you could do that during that time as well. Or you can play games. You can work on that hobby that you never hardly get a chance to work on. Do your hobbies or your crafting right then. Play board games, play card games or something. Find something to do like you used to find stuff to do. And do that during that 2 hours time. And you know what? You're going to find that those 2 hours go by pretty quickly. They do. They go by pretty quickly. And it's a good thing. You're helping your brain. You're allowing your melatonin to come up. And you're not having your brain think that it's still daytime with that blue lighting. So, yeah, do that. Now, if you're just not feeling me, if you're like, you know what, girl, I just cannot. Okay. There is another option. Now, this is controversial because they haven't really gotten enough proof to see whether it actually does work or not. So, hopefully it is working, but that is to shield your eyes from the blue light. So you can still stay on the computer or whatever and either get those blue light blocker glasses that they have. Some of them have your own glasses, and they can do that. Switch to that or some kind of way. But anyway, or some kind of cover to put on your computer, or they have the apps you turn on your phone or whatever. So just research that out. If you just cannot see yourself, turn off the screens. Or maybe you can do a combination of both. Have the shield for an hour, and then that last hour, just cut it off and just, move toward that thing. Yeah, so make it work for you because it's very, very important. Why? Because you need your sleep. Your brain needs you to have proper quality sleep. And if you don't have your body prepped up for it, you may have what they call it onset insomnia, where you just get in the bed and you just can't get to sleep. Yeah, or you wake up several times during the night. In either way, you're not getting good quality sleep. So is it worth it to you? Is it worth it to sacrifice some screen time so that you won't gain weight? So that you won't increase the likelihood that you're going to get type 2 diabetes? So that you can get better control of your blood pressure? So that if you're on a diet, instead of losing a lot of muscle, you'll actually be losing fat? Is it worth that thing? Is it worth it for your immune system to be strong and not have a weak one to get, that goes down and catches everything at the drop of a hat? Or to have an immune system that's strong enough to build up your antibodies that you need in your body, especially in these days? Is it worth it to you to cut off the screen so that you're able to have those things happen? Because if you're not getting proper sleep, all those things are likely to occur to you. Gaining weight, being more susceptible to infections and viruses. You have your antibiotics not be as potent as they need to be, you know, subject to diabetes. All those things have to do with proper sleep. And proper sleep has to do with prepping your body to get into that sleep mode, which means you need to get away from that blue light for a couple of hours. Okay, so blue light confuses your circadian rhythm, and you don't want that to happen. And it interferes with the production of your melatonin that you need at nighttime. Okay, so I want you to know that if you're interested at all with how your brain's doing with sleep and the other key areas for brain health, take my brain health quiz. It's on my website. It's free. It only takes a minute or two, and you get a printout back of how you're doing. Would you like to know how you're doing? Yeah, so get on the website, take the free Better Brain quiz, and see how you're doing with that, because you know what? Your brain's destiny is in your hands.